Previously on Chaos Head. It was something I learned from talking to you yesterday, and the day before yesterday. It was enjoyable and made me happy. But more so than that, he wore me out, and it was a huge bother. Rather than continue to be forced to go through all that, I might as well stick to the 2D world, where I could live however I wanted. Which is why I didn't send a reply to you as mail. Oh my god, I just want to punch him in the face. Punch him in the face, what are you doing? Now back to being a god. She whispered from behind me. More so than thought. Wait. More so than that, sorry. Right beside my ear. Sounding as though all emotion had died in her. Shuddering, I timidly turned around. The color residing in the depths of her glaring eyes wasn't sane. I won't let you run, you know. I'll apologize for deceiving you, but that goes for both of us. You too hid something from me. What is she talking about? She's talking about because I witnessed the murder. Is that what she's talking about? I mean, it could be because she's into the new gen stuff, so maybe. I don't know. Hid something? I could only come up with one thing. Somehow, some way, this girl knew I witnessed the corpse and the perpetrator of the staking murder. And that was why she had approached me. She was ingenious after all. This meant every single thing she told me had been a lie. The fact that she'd been concerned about me since the first time she saw me. The fact that she said she liked Barachi. The fact that she promised to go together with me to pick up the post-awakened Sierra figure on the day it was released. The fact that she smiled and nodded as though she were having fun listening to what I was telling her. The fact that she said she wanted to become better friends with me. The fact that she got worried about me when I didn't come to school. The fact that she was nice enough to call me admirable. All of it had just been her saying whatever came to the top of her head. I clenched my fist in frustration and grief. Fuck! Why did I try so hard to believe in someone like her? In reality, I would have liked to spend more time investigating, but since you caught me, there's no helping it. There's something I want to tell you. You'll listen, won't you? You won't say you won't listen? You should listen. Listen. What? Won't you listen? Yes, I'm listening. I'm fucking saying already. If you don't listen. If I don't listen, what? She was like a different person from the you I'd known up until now. Her gentle, calm atmosphere had vanished. Now I sensed an approachable atmosphere, an indescribable tendency. Her tone was absolute in its self-possession. No, cool-headedness might be the better way to put it. Her usual frailty was nowhere to be found. No, I don't want to listen. I tried covering my ears. But I couldn't do it. You had captured one of my hands. She wasn't gripping it as hard as before, but she showed no sign of letting go. She wouldn't let my hand move freely. Still holding on to me, she reached inside her bag and slowly, deliberately pulled out something that shone dully. She held it out toward me. Where did you get that from? I was stunned. My heartbeat leapt higher. Couldn't stay calm. I was so shocked that I lowered the one hand covering my ear That was when you was accusatory voice reached my ears. I said that. You recognize the cross, don't you? Of course I recognized it. As soon as I saw it for what it was, it resembled a cross, but was in truth a stake. One didn't often see stakes with such a distinctive shape. At the very least, I had only seen them once before. That night. How was to read that fast? So you do know of it. Surely you must know it. Of course you know it. I won't let you say you don't know it. It'd be strange if you didn't know. You know it, don't you? You know it, don't you? Desperately shook my head. Greasy sweat stood out my forehead. What I could do for the time being as I wiped was shake my head from side to side. This was in your room. That's where she got it. I forgot I chucked it in my room, didn't I? So no, if this is the case, that means she was concerned for me. But up until she went into my room, she found that. That's what she found on the floor, and she just played along with it, I guess. Because she's into new gen stuff. I think she noticed it immediately, and I think she thinks I'm the murderer. I think that's what's going on here. In your room, under the bed, on the floor. It fell there. Didn't it fall there? Did you throw it away? In any case, it fell. It fell. Yes, I know. You bitch. When the hell did she investigate my room? The day we first met? When I hurt my foot, she helped me to my room? When she see my figure of Seratan and her face had been shining and she called it cute? This stick is extremely unusual. It's imported. Imported? It's the same as the stakes used in the third new gen case. I'm saying it's the same. It's the same, isn't it? It's unmistakably the same. It's the same. What's with you and cooking constantly calling the same things? It's the stakes used to pin closest to the wall. The same. I was positive of it. She suspected me of being a new gen perpetrator. She convinced herself I was the murderer. Did she think she was some kind of detective? The high school girl detective? Kunshuni Ki Yua? Or something like that? Go die. I mean it. You deserve to die. You might have worked in an anime or a game. Don't break the fourth wall, but you know. But Yua's reasoning was fatally mistaken. I knew the killer. I'd seen it with my own eyes. That demon. She was the girl whose name I didn't know, but she had worn the Sume uniform. The culprit was someone very near to me. So what? Yua lowered her head and let out a small breath. Her grip on my wrist weakened. And at last she released me. Nothing more, nothing less than what it seems. All I wanted to do is make sure that you knew what it was. In truth, I hadn't meant to say anything. Yet. What the hell was that yet supposed to mean here? While we're at it, let me confirm one. Is that her? I don't know, because it's not. I can't tell if she's not talking or not. Let me confirm one other thing. Do you have precognitive powers? Wait, what? What? Is this a different game? What is this? Huh? I effectively let my mouth fall open. Precognitive power. I can't say it properly. Precognitive. It's precognitive, isn't it? Powers. What the heck was that? What do you have to do with the incident? As I racked my brain, you plunged your hand into a bag and pulled out a piece of paper with full color image printed on it. Because you possess a piece of image data that can be explained anyway, unless you happen to have precognitive powers. Oh, Shogun. So Shogun has these powers. I wonder who Shogun is. The girl picture Shogun has sent me. Why did you have it? Did this... Why do you have a photo that replicates the third new gen case? Furthermore, you sent this image out on the day before the incident. Who's ever behind the catch of the PC you use? Oh wait, was that me? Or was that her me talking? I can't tell. It's not like... I should fucking... You're wrong. I got this image from a guy called Shogun, who I chatted with for the first time that day. Just whatever said last time, just think of it in her voice. We chatted with for the first time that day. I didn't make it myself. The fact that I downloaded it should be recorded. The fact that I downloaded it should still be recorded in my browser's history. Of course, that I show it to Yua. But hold on, how had Yua gotten her hands on that image in the first place? How had she known it was left in my computer's cache? The one time she came to my room, she couldn't possibly have had any time to check out my PC. She's Shogun. What? What? You mean you're Shogun? She was trying to set me up. You had planned it all out. She was one of the new gen criminals. She intended to use me as a scapegoat to mislead the police investigation. Save me. This is too much for me. Why me? Because I was gross? Because I didn't have any friends? No. No, of course that's not the case. Yua said nothing, only shook her head a little. I took this image from the PC in at cash room 30. Oh, you dummy. You dummy. I also wanted to investigate your PC, if at all possible, but I didn't have the chance. Who is she? She can't be. Is she Shogun? Why would she do this in the first place then? If she already knows what... Room 37? The room I always use? The bitch totally thought that she was some kind of detective. You looked at me with only a faint trace of apology in her face. I felt that she returned to the usual Yua for the moment. Still wearing that expression, she began fishing around inside her bag again. This time she brought out a printout and pushed it at me. I had a bad feeling about this. My reason warned me that it would be better not to look, but I had no choice but to look. I'd been falsely accused if I didn't find some way to resist. That's... your everything. My everything? Could she have stolen all my personal information? Was you a hacker? Pouting, I unfolded the printout, contrary to my expectations, though. Rather than to my personal information, what was printed there looked like the backlog of an online chat. Participants in the chat were Nightheart and Shogun. Isn't that log strange? I like how her mouth isn't moving, so I can't tell if she's talking or not. I really wish that I knew. I couldn't just write their names there. It'd be so much easier. I could just tell who's talking then. Eh? Is that me? Eh? I don't know who's talking. What was so strange about it? It was a normal log. I still remembered having this kind of conversation with Shogun. Oh, she said it was unusual. Okay, she said it was unusual. I'm thinking, wait, it's normal, isn't it? What is unusual about it? I mean, the only unusual thing I saw about it was how the fuck he posted so many pictures at the same time. Like, boom, 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 straight away. Like, fucking, look at it all in 1 second. Nightheart and Shogun. The timestamps don't match up in the slightest. Oh. Wait, what? No. Wait, what? Wait. So I was... this is with Grim at the bottom. So I was talking with Grim, it was Sunday, but when he posted all that, he was talking to me. Apparently he sent it on Monday. What? Wait, what? Huh? What was this? Why did it end up like this? Your Nightheart, Shinji-kun. The time set there starts on September 28th. About 3 in the afternoon. The next day you went to ACAF. You typically go to ACAF after school. You go to school at 2.5 times per week. Heard from your classmates that the days you attend school last week were Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Last week, Mondays was September 29th, the same day as Shogun's timestamps. What? What was your What was that? What? What were you saying? I examined the chat log from the PC in room 37. What I learned from doing so was that Yua briefly cuts herself off. Then finally catching my gaze straight on, she gave a voice to the relentless truth. You're putting on a one-man play. Don't look at me. Shogun is none other than... Don't look at me. You said... What? What? Wait, what? I mean, if you think about it, I guess, like, it kind of makes sense a bit. Like, he could be doing this. He could have, like, a different personality. Because if you think about the way he does his characters, he plays Nightheart on his own PC. Oh, voice caught then. On his own PC, and then he goes to AtCaf to play a different character. And now when you add this together as well, it kind of makes sense that he probably has like a different... What? Why would he gain from this? What? I don't understand it. It can't be right. He can't be Shogun. Ah, you ended it there. You ended it there. You serious? Don't want to see anything. Don't want to hear anything. Time is uncertain. My memories are self-contradictory. There are errors in my field of sight. The world isn't turning. This must surely be a game. I plugged in my PC while stuffing my face with pieces of fish sausage. I'm not me? At last, my stereotype wallpaper appeared on the monitor. This isn't the world. I instantly started up in Sue without a second's hesitation. Where I belong? What is going on? Chapter 2. Click me. So that was the end of chapter 1. Wow. Beep, beep. Please hurry up and board the bus for the field trip. Is this back to his... Shinji Takumi lay sprawled out on the tatami-colored floor with a colored pencil in his hand. It was yellow. The one he held several minutes before it was red. So I'm guessing he has split personality. He probably has 2 different personalities. He reclined on his sketchbook, almost covering it with his body, as he runs the pencil across it lightly. Takumi loved to draw. He loved it so much that even during school he always doodled in the margins of his notebooks. The TV, which had been turned on even though no one was really watching it, was currently playing the morning news. To Takumi, who was still only in the 4th grade, the news was nothing but boring stuff, so he didn't look at the screen. See, I wonder who's talking here. Is this his mom, or is this his other personality talking about his other personality? It's really confusing, but I think it's his other personality. Beep, beep. 300 yen for candy. He was drawn on the... Oh, is that Takumi talking? Oh. He was drawn in a yellow bus. He was pretending he was the bus driver. The bus is full, so... The bus is full, we're gonna take off, beep. He brought imaginary scenes into reality through his drawings. He worked so energetically that there were many times when his lines went off the surface of his sketchbook onto tatami. Each time Nanami, who was reading manga nearby, became angry and grumbled, "Jeez, he mustn't get dirty." Or is that his mom? Is that his mom? Nanami. Oh no, it's his sister in it. Yeah. Sorry. Jeez, he must get dirty. Even though she was just his little sister. Unconcerned, Takumi continued immersing himself in his drawing. But when he reached the stage of drawing people in the windows of the bus, Takumi's hand stopped. And he deliberately tore apart the sketchbook. The day before the fall field trip, Takumi's parents had suddenly told him, "You can't go on the field trip." He was looking forward to it this whole time. He was overexcited since the morning, so much that his heart pounded as he wondered how soon it would be tomorrow. He simply couldn't bring himself to accept how his parents had causally sentenced him. Weeping, he insisted he would not go. He would go no matter what, but it was futile. Regardless of what he said to them, his parents wouldn't listen, telling him only, "You can't, and we're looking out for you for your best interests," and over and over. Burrowing into his bed, Takumi trembled with such frustration that it was as if he was about to rip the mattress to shreds. He loved his parents from the bottom of his heart. At the time, a field trip had been a tremendous event for Takumi. One sufficient to induce his level of passion in him. Though everyone else in the class could go, he alone could not. From Takumi's point of view, it was all too unreasonable. See, I'm trying to think. Takumi's world was a lonely one. Their world was full of fun and passion. He almost had a sense that he was the only one who had been cut off from the rest of the world. Or front the rest of the world. He couldn't forgive his teacher, his classmates, everyone who had left him behind. Nor had been forgiven his parents couldn't forgive his parents for their abrupt and unfair sentence. This began to transform into hatred towards his parents and his classmates, biting his lip hard enough to make it bleed. Continually repeated curse-like words to himself. None of you should be able to go. So I think every time he says, "Don't look at me," that's his other personality talking, I guess. Inside? So he's saying, "Don't look at me"? I don't know. Next morning, the telephone had been ringing off the hook since the early morning. Each time his mother answered it, her responses seemed more and more unsettled. In the end, Takumi couldn't even get a bit of sleep. It was a little past 9 o'clock. Nanami sat on a cushion in a ladylike manner, reading manga the day before. She told Takumi, "Nana's gonna stay home from school too, and be with her bro." Now she was there, near him, as if it were perfectly natural. Their father, who had already gone to work and nowhere to be seen. Their mother, who was so busy answering the phone that she had time to make breakfast. There was no need to go to school today. Still sulking, Takumi opened his sketchbook and began drawing to clear away his gloom. But his irritation wouldn't go away. He was right when he tore up and flung his sketchbook away in annoyance. That bus. Oh, that bus! Nanami raised her voice in confusion. Takumi thought she was talking about the drawing he had been working on, but her eyes were glued to the television. "Hey, Mommy!" Nanami yelled for their mother, who was now responding to another phone call. Listening from beside her, Takumi absent-mindedly followed his sister's gaze to the TV screen. The screen showed only the spectacle of a fallen highway overpass. About only an area of 50 meters in size had collapsed. Fortunately, a single bus that had happened to be passing by over that one spot had come in it and lay toppled over sideways beneath the overpass. Wait, what? So wait. As he tore that bus out, the people and the actual bus that was going died? Oh my god, it was? It was indeed the bus that Takumi was supposed to have ridden. Oh! So his parents have the powers as well. That's why they said, we're looking out for you. Oh, I understand now. The bus that all his classmates had been riding. A single glance was enough for him to imagine most of what happened. His classmates were reflected on the screen. One was crying, one had his forehead covered in blood, one was being laid on a stretcher and carried off to an ambulance. A pale-faced reporter described the circumstances of the accident, but Takumi didn't really understand what he was saying. Oh, is that Mom? I'm not sure. Taku-chan, it's awful. Yeah, it was. His mother stood stock still at the entrance to the room, face pale, still gripping the phone. Or was it? I'm getting confused now. Did the parents not have the powers as well? I don't know. Let's just see. I'm gonna go ahead. The bus for the field trip had an accident on the highway. That's what they're showing on TV right now. Mr. Sato is dead. For some reason, Takumi was certain of it. Everything being shown on the news right now bore a powerful resemblance to what he had envisioned in the frustration and hatred of the previous night. One thing alone resided in Takumi's heart, the peculiar conviction that he was the processor of So it's not that, it is the fact that he did this. An ESP investigation TV program he has seen long ago was carved into Takumi's memory. The precog who appeared on that program has startled the contemporary... can't talk, I need to drink right there. Contemporary world with his display of overwhelming supernatural abilities.